keep you at emerald. Your subconscious mind only lets you get to a certain level of success that you've programmed it to do. And some of you guys will know that, and some of you guys won't even know that. You know, when I learnt about the subconscious and how powerful it was, it doesn't matter any tip that you learn today. It will not matter. You can perfect the telephone, you can perfect the system, but if your subconscious mind is keeping you at a certain level, that's the level that you'll always stay at. Okay, so we get excited about the business, and I want you to just be able to do this automatically, because in the beginning, you know, we are unconsciously incompetent, aren't we? We go out in the business. I remember when I started in Amway, all the guy got me to do was write down my goals and dreams and what I wanted. So I wrote down boats and cars, and I wanted to live in Noosa and all these things. And I came away that excited, I barely slept that night. And then I made my first few phone calls to my friends, and I didn't even realise how bad I was. Nobody joined, everyone said no, people laughed at me, and now I knew that I was bad at the business, so I was consciously incompetent. And this is kind of a breaking point for a lot of people, especially if they haven't done much personal development. They now know that they're really bad at this network marketing thing. So they consciously know that they're bad, and so you can either give up and quit, or you can start to learn the systems and learn the personal development and learn the training. So at least you become competent, if not really great at the business. Okay, you're consciously competent now, but you have to still think about it. Okay, so it's pretty cold this morning, wasn't it? A lot of people thinking, oh, do I go or don't I go? An opportunity event comes up in your area, do I go or don't I go? You're talking to people on the phone, you've got your script out, you're sort of reading off the dot points. So you're getting better, but you still have to really think about it and encourage yourself to go. I want you to get to this level where you're just doing it. So as an opportunity event comes up, you don't even think twice about not going. It doesn't even enter your brain that you're not going to go to that event. You get on the telephone, you just start ripping off the scripts like you knew them back to front, because you're unconsciously doing it now. It's a little bit like learning to drive a car, isn't it? When you first start, you think, you know, freedom as a 16-year-old, and they get in this car and they drive everywhere, and you get in there and it's very hard to learn to drive. You got to work the clutch, you got to work the gears, you got the blinkers to put on, you got to look behind you, and we might have a panic attack. What do you do now when you're driving? You're probably FaceTiming someone, driving with your feet out the window, texting, changing gears, listening to your favourite song, and you get to the venue and you can't even remember how you got there. Okay, we're unconsciously driving now because we're so good at what we're doing. I want you to get like that in your business, where I don't even remember how I got to Ruby. I just got started, I just copied what they said, I just went and did it, all of a sudden I'm Ruby. This is fantastic, now let's get to the next level. So let's have a closer look at the subconscious, and these are some of the facts, and it's pretty powerful. I mean, this is one of the most powerful mechanisms in our body, and if you can just get this one point, everything can stem from there. Your subconscious mind only thinks in present time. Okay, so it doesn't understand past the future. So when I get my guys to read out their goals, you might have done some of my training, maybe in the Getting Started training, I get them to read them out as if they've already achieved them. Okay, so instead of saying, I will be diamond in 2017, I get them to say, I am a diamond. It feels incredible to be diamonds, because the subconscious doesn't know the difference between the truth and what you're making up. It doesn't know the difference between past and future. It only knows what you tell it now. And if it hears that you're not a diamond, it's just going to keep bringing about more not being a diamond. Okay, so you want to do it in the present time. The subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what is real and what's imagined. Okay, so we can get the subconscious mind to imagine our perfect day every day, and it'll start to bring that around. It's kind of like a computer program. It's got a little bit of intelligence, but really, once you program it to where you want it to be, that's what it's going to bring about all the time. The subconscious mind does not contain the truth, but a version of the truth. So the version of the truth that you've programmed. Such as limitations of belief which are not necessarily true, but only true to your subconscious. So whatever that's picked up, and the subconscious is pretty much programmed between the ages of 2 and 7. So has anyone here got kids in between that age group, 2 to 7? You want to be careful what you're saying out loud. You want to be careful about your actions. You want to be careful about the TV programs they're watching. But it's pretty much programmed during that time. We can reprogram it as we get older, but it's harder and harder. Our subconscious mind can be programmed so we can live the life that we want. But unfortunately, most people don't do that, because what's ever been programmed in as a kid through our environment, the people that we hang out with, maybe we got told money was evil, maybe we got told money doesn't grow on trees, maybe you got told that you can't do that. Eventually you start to believe that, and it's programmed in. and you start trying to build a network marketing business, and you're consciously trying to be motivated, you're consciously wanting to get to these levels, but your subconscious is keeping you at where it's been told that you have all your life. The subconscious mind makes connections in our thoughts when we sleep and controls our habits. So I'm going to show you some exercises in a minute that are very, very powerful for training and reprogramming the subconscious mind. And repetition is a very important way for programming the subconscious. So you can kind of think about it like this. Kind of think about your subconscious has got like a good angel and a bad angel. You've got your conscious and your subconscious. I've got a couple of friends here that can kind of help us do this point. So I've got the conscious mind here. Hello. That's my conscious voice. And subconscious. Okay. So for example, I used to be the worst public speaker in this universe. I'm okay now, I'm getting better, but I used to literally be not the worst in the world, but the worst in this universe, where I'd get up on stage. I wouldn't even get up on stage, but when I was in school, you had to do whatever they said. And this happened in grade 7, so you're sort of starting to go through puberty and caring what girls think. And I don't know what happened, but I got up to read out something one day, and just nothing came out. And I could start to say 3 words, and then I had to swallow. Started sweating, my right leg started shaking, and this went on for 20 minutes. I sat down and just went, what the hell was that? Most people have heard me tell this story, but from that moment on, I could never get up and talk in front of people. There's only one other time I had to do it, was right at the end of school in year 12. I had to do my history talk in front of people. And so I learnt about the subconscious mind, in my early to mid-20s. And so I learnt this exercise where I'm talking in the present time. I would be in my bedroom and I would say things like, I am the most incredible public speaker in the world. People come from miles around just to hear Aaron Byerlee talk on stage. What was my subconscious brain doing? Yeah, right, good on you, buddy, you are shit. My subconscious was trying to help encourage me. You're awesome, you're the best speaker in the world, you're amazing. But the subconscious is only going to do what the reality is. But repetition is really, really important for that. And so you want to be saying it with passion. And when I first started learning this at home, I felt pretty silly doing it. In the bedroom, by myself, saying, you're the best public speaker in the world. And myself, I was saying, you're so crap, this feels so fake and feels so silly. But I would do it time and time and time again. Until the point where, I believed it to be true, where my subconscious mind had programmed that in. And so, without action, without practice, it's not going to happen. So just because you're up there saying you're an amazing public speaker, time and time and time again, if I got up here and tried to speak, I'd still be pretty average. But what I was able to get over was my fear, was my nerves, and I was able to program my subconscious mind to believe that, hey, maybe I can do this. And with practice and putting that into action, that was able to come about. So kind of think about that as your conscious. Okay, you're always being motivated, you're always trying to be good, but your subconscious mind is always going to keep you wherever it's programmed to be. So we'll run through a few exercises of, how you can change that in a few different examples.